Definitely Brenna.
Me.
The funniest member on the team, who definitely has her moments, is Brenna.
Jessie, she always has something to say with all of her nicknames, or if you do good or do bad in a round, she always just has something to say to cheer you up.
Brenna, but we laugh at her, not with her.
Definitely a tie between Brenna and Kaiten.
Brenna.
I think the funniest member of the team would probably have to be Gemma.
Social skills, it helps a lot. You could talk in front of people, like lots of groups. If you make it to finals, there's a lot more people in there. It just helps with kind of those social interactions.
You can gain confidence in speaking in front of people.
You can gain confidence and independence knowing that you can go out there and speak to people. It also gains social skill, so you can work with more people at a time.
Speech gives kids a lot of courage to go out there and not just voice their opinions, but you learn a lot of new things in speech. You learn time management, you learn how to talk, how to get yourself out there. It's great.
Figuring out that both my duet and our OID made it to finals at state.
My season highlight was performing my entertainment speech for my grandma.
I would say placing at Howells. It was just an accomplishment of all the work I've been putting into my speech.
I would say either being district champs or when we got first at our very first meet.
I would say our coach's obsession with the Will Paxton.
Beating St. Mary's at the first meet.
My season highlight would probably have to be the whole Will Paxton and B joke thing.
Probably being district runner-up and qualifying for state speech.
Definitely when we were in Dairy Queen eating after speech meet and all of a sudden these two old guys, one of which had a little dog in a stroller, they started arguing about Facebook and stuff like that, and we were literally at the table almost next to them, and we were all listening, and we thought these two at least 80-year-old men were going to start fighting in the middle of a Dairy Queen.
Getting fourth at districts.
Freezing on the bus.
Making honors finals at the Riverside meet in duet and getting second to last.
Loading all of the boxes onto the bus. There's 4 of them and they're really big, so it kind of takes a while.
Losing to Stewart first round of districts.
My season lowlight would probably just be like moving the boxes and the cold bus and everything.
Probably not making finals at state speech.
My season lowlight was getting really low scores.
First, we get to the school and we load up all of our stuff, and then I usually take a nap on the way there. And then once I get there, Chloe does my hair, and then we get our stuff to our first round, and then I'm pretty much busy going from room to room the rest of the day, and then we have awards, and then we go home.
A typical speech meet is honestly pure chaos. There are people talking to walls, and you have no clue where you're going until the very last second.
Usually we leave the school really early, and when we get to the school we check for our rooms where we're going to be in, and then usually we have 2 prelim rounds, and then after those rounds you're usually waiting for a while to see if you made it to finals, and then if you make it to finals then you have 1 more round, and then after that round we have to wait for awards, and then we go home after awards.
Usually we have to get up really early and leave, and then right when we get there, we get dressed, and then in the morning and into the afternoon, we have 2 rounds, so some kids perform 6 times right away.
Then after your rounds, you'll find out if you make finals. We'll do that. And then after finals, you can go change, which most of us do. And we load the bus while we're waiting for results. So when we get our results, we can just leave. So we get our results, we leave, come home, unload, and go to your house.
Brenna and extempt because it would turn into a humorous.
Brenna and humorous.
I think Kaiten would be very good at extemp.
Brenna doing entertainment.
Well, actually, improv duet would be Brenna and Kaiten.
I feel like Callie would be really good at doing inform. Her entertainment was really good this year, and she just has that voice, like the voice of keeping somebody pulled in and entertained, but also while giving information.
I think Kaiten would be good at extemp.
OID because I like being with all my friends and practices are really fun.
My favorite event was OID because every time we performed, there was always a packed room and people normally laughed.
I love duet, but I'm gonna have to say OID because it's always been my favorite.
I agree.
I would say every time I do extemp, you get an hour there, and I mean, you just have an hour to prepare anything that you have on your topic. So I say that's just kind of fun and interesting to learn about new stuff.
I liked OID because it involved a lot of people and it was funny to watch, and there was like a lot of different ones.
I think my favorite event would be extemp because I learn a lot more and I'm able to like keep up with worldly topics.
My favorite event was Serious. I didn't do it, but watching all of them was kind of fun.
Kaiten because she's always talking.
I'm gonna go with Kaiten because she's always talking.
Jesse.
I think Kaiten would be good at improv.
Chloe, I feel like she'd always have just an answer for everything.
I think Chloe, if she really wanted to, she would be really good at improv.
Katie.
I feel like Bailey would because she always has not a remark, but she always has a reply to something. Just like that.
Probably Callie.
Jessie because it's designer.
Definitely Jessie.
I'm gonna have to go with Shu because I steal it all the time.
I think they're both pretty good, but I'd have to go with Jessie's purse.
I can't pick. I'd probably get killed by both of them if I picked one, so I'd say both of them have great purses.
Jessie.
Neither, because they're both great purses and people need to stop hiding them.
Mrs. Shu, definitely.
I would like to stay in the middle, but don't tell Jessie. Mrs. Shu does.
Jessie.
I would say Mrs. Shu, but Jessie, I mean, if she gets physical in there, like start pushing someone, I feel like she could win too.
Probably Jessie, just because she has a lot of determination towards competition with Mrs. Shu.
Physically, as in like in the best physical condition, Mrs. Shu would, but you want to play dirty, Jessie will play dirty. She'd definitely be out there kicking some people's feet out from underneath them. So I feel like it could be a tie.
Mrs. Shu. Mrs. Shu.
I say Jessie because I feel like she'd be really competitive.
Mrs. Shu would sing Sweet Child of Mine by Guns N' Roses, and Jessie would sing Fergalicious.
Well, Jessie, I don't know because she sings a new song at every practice. And my mom, I definitely have to go with Jessie's Girl.
Mrs. Shu would sing We Are the Champions because she sings that quite a bit. And Jessie would be singing Don't Worry About a Thing.
For Mrs. Shu, she'd probably sing a Guns N' Roses song, and Jessie, anything, because she knows a lot of songs.
Mrs. Shu, anything by Guns N' Roses. If you know Mrs. Shu, you know she loves her Guns N' Roses. And Jessie, anything. I feel like she knows every single song there is to exist, but definitely something from the 60s to 70s she would sing.
Probably the Walking After Midnight song.
Chloe has to do my hair and it has to be a bun.
Nope. As long as I get enough sleep, I'm pretty good, I think.
I have to have an energy drink or a coffee or something.
My pre-meet superstition was to not wear a bobby pin and to wear the same white shirt.
I always wore the same shirt under my jacket, and I always had a low ponytail in my hair.
Kyla.
Oh, definitely Kyla. She literally called him the next Great Gatsby.
Kyla.
Kyla, she's obsessed with him.
I know this one might be completely unbelievable, but I think it's myself.
Probably Kyla.
Kyla. None of them. They're horrible. Please stop. Please, I am begging you.
Kyla. Anyone but Chloe.
Chloe.
Jessie.
Probably either Brenna or Bailey.
I know you said team member, but I gotta go with Jessie.
Jessie.
Brenna.
I would also say myself.
Snack.
Dried fruit.
The Girl Scout cookies.
Donuts.
It would probably be something from Dairy Queen.
Probably freeze-dried fruit.
My favorite season snack is freeze-dried Skittles.
The Ritz crackers, the little mini Ritz crackers with cheese in the middle of them. I love those. I take them everywhere I go.
Push pops.